So for question one, I thought that the way that the timeline was used throughout the play was very strange, but also very interesting use. So with the fuges, the timelines kind of jumped around from character to character, and it was kind of tough to figure out like which time period we were in. Also, within a given time period, it jumped between years, and I thought that was also kind of confusing. But in saying that, I thought that the playwright's use of the alternating timelines was a really cool idea, as it gave a lot of different perspectives to the play and showed how each character kind of integrated their story with one another. For question number two, I said that the two values that were being represented were perseverance and home life. So perseverance played a huge role in this play. It kind of drove how all the characters survived the war and allowed them to live out their dream lives. And one example of a character using perseverance was with Elliot when he got his leg injury. He easily could have gave up and kind of just forgotten about how to solve his leg injury, but he decided to persevere through the pain and everything, and was able to finally make it till help could arrive and help him. And for the second value, I said that home life was valued by all soldiers, and it was kind of the way that they got through war. A lot of them carried many like aspects of home with them at all times and reminded them of what they were fighting for. And I'll describe some of the examples of home lives later in questions four and five, but one of the main ones was like the pictures that they would carry around just to remind them of the people that they loved. For question three, I said that one thing that I didn't understand at first was what a C ration was. So, and that this occurred when Pop was describing what life at camp was like, and then he had to leave because the C rations were coming. So, a C ration was prepared canned food that was given to soldiers when A rations, which was like fresh food, and B rations, which was like mess hall food that was unprepared, weren't available for the soldiers. So, this helped me understand this scene because Pop was probably starving for some time, and because the C rations were coming, he was very eager to finally eat. For question four, I said that the play kind of depicts an American soldier as like a normal person who's sent to war and has to adjust their lives. They still keep their hobbies, like with or grandpa playing the flute in the camps, and now Elliot likes to listen to rap music at camp. And they all have their sentiments, which is like Elliot's Bible that he carries around, Waikiki's his tattoo of his mom, and Mario's cross. And home life plays a huge role, like I said earlier. This can be seen even with the Viet Cong soldiers, because when Elliot killed the one Viet Cong soldier, he looked at his wallet and he had pictures of his loved ones. And I said I think the play kind of challenges the ideas of America, because America is all about opportunity and getting people to live the lives they want to live. But because these people give up their lives to fight for their country, they risk the chance of being able to live their life. For question five, I said that a fugue was a composition where one person plays and then other people join in and interweave their parts into it. And this relates because Grandpop was kind of that first person who created the war experiences, and Pop and Elliot were the ones who kind of interweaved and created their own into the story. So I think that the play intended to prove that regardless of the time period, war is war, and people react the same way to it regardless of when it happens. War is very brutal, and it's very real. Killing someone in war was seen 50 years ago as the same as it was seen 10 years ago. And from a soldier's perspective, it seems like they'll do whatever it takes to survive the war and go home to see their loved ones. And finally, for question six, I said that my first question was, what do you think made Elliot go back if he suffered all of these like traumatic injuries and experiences? And for number two, I said, do you think soldiers who serve today face the same experiences as the characters do?